From Coolray Field in suburban Atlanta, Georgia, it is USL Soccer on ESPN+. The run-in for ATL UTD2 continues. 7 matches at home to finish the season. This is number 3, and the competition is stiff once again. Do the Stripes play spoiler against Louisville City? Lou City comes in at 15-6-9, second in the East. ATL UTD2 at 5-16-8. They are in 14th. Alongside Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. And Jason, tonight, when it comes to the visitors, we're looking at someone whose boot could be golden by the end of it all.
Cameron Lancaster, player of the month in August, had 8 goals in 7 matches, 2 goals last week against Ottawa. The biggest goal Cameron Lancaster scored for Louisville City was last year, USL Cup winning goal late to bring that first title home to Louisville.
So he will be the focus in white tonight for Lou City. When we go to the flip side, Jason, and talk about the homestanding Stripes, it's about getting on the right foot out of the blocks.
It's a young team, ATL UTD2, and you have to start hot. If you're a young team, you have to build confidence in a match. When Atlanta's able to score first, they're 5-0-2. They've been very good when getting that first goal. Where they've struggled is where they concede the first goal.
And we will see what happens tonight. With the visitors coming in from Louisville, it's ATL UTD2 and Louisville City just around the corner. When we come back to Coolray Field, it is going to be starting lineups. It's going to be a look back, and we'll get you ready for the first 45 minutes. ESPN Plus and USL Soccer will be right back after this. Can the Stripes pull it out against tough Eastern Conference competition? We'll have your answers on the flip side of the break.
Strep or aches and pains slow you down, but finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Jason Johnson! You've got to be kidding me! Sabrina Pig! Alex Mendoza! Goal! And the other! Sunday the other way! Oh, what a goal! And what a world-class goal that is from Didier Drogba! Pure brilliance from Ricardo Pereira. Krasinski is diving stop. Must-see TV.
Welcome back to Coolray Field. Just around the corner, it is Lou City and ATL UTD2. You can't play the game without the official soccer ball of the USL coming up from our friends at Select. Jason, this is the third and last time these two teams are going at it. They went at it on April 21st here at Coolray, but let's go back to May 19th and what went down then.
These two teams have been evenly matched on the field all season long. It doesn't look that way when you look at the standings, but when you see these matches, the 1-1 draw here earlier this season, then the match in Louisville, Cameron Lancaster with the early goal. Atlanta thought it was offside. It wasn't.
And so you see, once again, how Cameron Lancaster can impact the lineup. You see it there, and it will happen again tonight. Then the equalizer.
Laurent Kessiedou, he's had a great season in his first professional season, gets the goal in the equalizer.
And guess what? When you score and you're on the road and you're feeling it, you come and greet the camera. Do we call that officially a Kessiedou?
We'll take that.
All right, so foul in the box, obviously that's your equalizer late. Illich gets the PK to make it go. And so Illich will put it in. Interesting story about Illich and the Young Harris connection tonight.
Yeah, 3 Young Harris players for Louisville City, and this has been a recurring thing for this club. They've had a Young Harris College core, the Mountain Lions from North Georgia, playing for Louisville City.
All right, so let's take a look at the lineups, and starting off with the visitors, what do you see?
The big story is no Greg Ranjitsingh in goal for the first time this season. It's Tim Dabrowski starting. First start of the season, second appearance. The other storylines, George Davis IV, 200th regular season appearance, the first player in modern USL history to hit that mark.
And what about the home side and the Stripes?
Players will be looking at Chris Goslin, Miles Robinson, Jose Hernandez, all Atlanta United players on loan to ATL UTD2. All of them need to continue their development this season, all coming off strong performances on Wednesday.
So let's see what happens here in the first 45. And obviously we're going to pay attention to what has happened at second base. We'll get into that as we go, but the quick version is it was drainage. A drainage issue that has created the sand that is out there towards second base as you visualize a baseball diamond here at Coolray Field. The Stripes in the first 45 going from left to right. Lou City going to the reverse and heading toward the outfield here in the first 45 minutes.
Brian Ownby blocks that cross from John Gallagher. Gallagher started the season up top, played some on both the right and the left wing, but John Gallagher has been playing as a right back for ATL UTD2 quite often here as of late, and he's been very good at it.
Entry into the middle and cleared over the bar dangerously by Lou City out of the blocks.
Kissiadou popping up on the back post. It's a great ball from Metcalf as he combines with Gallagher. Kissiadou right there has to be cleared away.
Kyle Smith, the man who got the cleats in the way of that one. Now it's time for your Creature Comforts corner kick over at the far, and it will be the captain lining it up, Jack Metcalf.
Kissiadou giving him a short option. Ollie Shannon, A.J. Cochran on the back post.
Oscar and Speedy Williams guarding up front. Short entry, in with the right. Flag is up.
Short corner has to be played faster than that. It's played to Kissiadou. Metcalf is offside when it's played back to him. Louisville City steps up off the end line.
And so let's take a peek and see how Tim Dabrowski will act, starting in the sticks from the absolute beginning. We'll be keeping an eye on all the other action going on in the Eastern Conference this evening as well, because the 2, the 3, and the 4, there's going to be a lot of folks paying attention to what's going on there. Ollie Shannon went up for the joust and was fouled by Speedy Williams there, so it'll go back with the Stripes as we turn to minute number 3.
Ollie Shannon undercut slightly, landed hard on his lower back.
Looking at the other action in the East, keeping an eye on Charleston hosting Toronto FC 2. That one is also underway. Pittsburgh is at Charlotte. That's the 2 and the 3 and the 4 when you're looking at Louisville, Charleston, and Pittsburgh. Also, Richmond is at North Carolina FC. Indy 11 at FC Cincinnati at the bottom of the hour, 8:30 Eastern. Red Bulls 2 and Nashville SC. We'll be keeping an eye on all those for you because of the jumble from 2 to 6 in the East. Stripes thought they had a way out with Kissiadou, but they're going to call a foul and go to Lou City.
Handball called. They come back for a dangerous free kick for Lou City.
So let's see what Oscar can do with it here. Kyle Smith back into his left. Speedy Williams in the middle of it all. Oscar directing traffic. Which way does he want to go here?
9 assists on the season for Jimenez.
Sent in sharply with the right into the box. Bounced around and chested and picked up by Paul Christensen.
Composure by A.J. Cochran to chest that back to Christensen.
And so you keep an eye on Oscar. 6 assists, tied for the league lead. Strong off of set pieces, and for those who've been following Lou City this season, you've been able to see what he's been able to do with that right foot.
Great delivery there.
You heard the whistle. The referee this evening, Eric Tattersall. Your assistants, Ben Pilgrim and Ben Meyer. Your 4th official is Carlos Pielago. We'll be keeping an eye on them as well this evening as well, with whistles, flags, and such.
Tattersall's his 11th USL match of the season. He has not shown a red card in 2018 in any competition.
Ownby trying to send it into the 6, headed clear, but picked up by Oscar again, and it looks like they'll try it again. Ownby trying to dribble out of traffic, picked away by the Stripes. Cleared with a left, but not all the way through. But then Romario ends up with it right near. And you see the footwork that can happen. Works it through. He's going to try to launch with the left, blocked, and then cleared by Lou City back out to center circle. But the Stripes hang on to it, and there's Kisiadu. Metcalf looking for help, sends it back to Cochran. Cochran looking to overlap a little bit. What's he going to do with the left? Trying to get it through Speedy Williams, but looks like it hit Lou City last and Speedy, so it's going to be a Stripes throw.
A lot of space for A.J. Cochran to dribble into the attacking half. He takes it, earns a deep throw.
Give and go with Romario. And brings it back to center circle. Thought right in here to Gosselin, who'll wind up and fire way wide. Nothing happening there, and it'll be a goal kick.
Chris Gosselin has that type of ability, though. We've seen it on set pieces with the U.S. U17s at the last World Cup. Gosselin, I thought, had a very strong performance on Wednesday, especially in the second half. Played 69 minutes. Need to see more of that decisiveness from him.
Let's see what the back line of Lou City has in mind here. Big switch available. Looking for Ownby. Headed down and away. Easy pickup for Christensen.
That's the little things from John Gallagher. He has not played right back very long in his professional career. Very smart play there, smart decision.
And we've seen that in his development this year, where there have been times where it's been on-the-job training, and his on-the-job training has gone very well.
It's something that this club prioritizes. They want soccer players. They're not worried so much about position. We've seen guys move around at the MLS level. We've seen guys here play a lot of different positions. Gallagher's not the only one. You have to have a high soccer IQ to fit into this club.
Whistle there. Foul on Kisiadu, and we'll see. Kyle Smith had a quick restart in mind, but looks like they were having none of it, and Tattersall wants them to reset and move it back a little bit.
Tattersall had a conversation with Kisiadu.
Swahi, Speedy. Sent in with the right.
Lancaster looking for the back heel. Then he was looking for the handball. Doesn't get either one.
So we see we got a break over at the far with the Stripes. It's 1-on-4 reinforcements coming in. Is it going to be a shot? Work toward the middle. Looking for Lagos Kunga was Kisiadu, but in the way, once again, in the traffic pattern, Paulo Del Piccolo.
Kisiadu telegraphed that one a little bit. Del Piccolo read him like a book.
And that chapter will end as it goes out over the end line. Goal kick. Dobrowolski reintroduces. Paco Craig had a lot of space. Over to Oscar.
Gosselin turning the pressure up for Atlanta, making it difficult for Louisville to play out of the back.
High line set by ATL UTD2 right now. What's Dobrowolski going to do with it? Launch with the left, trying to go long. Activity at the back. Settled down. Ball picked up now in the center circle. Paco Craig working it over to Oscar.
Big night for Miles Robinson up against Cameron Lancaster. It's a big test for the young center back from Syracuse.
Paco Craig again. Oscar at the near. Looking for help. Puts it into the middle of it all. Speedy Williams was there. Sends it back and sent back in quickly. Christensen has to fall on it. Here early minute number 9 scoreless.
Looked like a save. Don't think it was intended to be a shot, but it is on frame.
In between ideas, best to fall on it if you're Christensen, and that's where we are. Captain comes back to help. Pressure there. Gosselin gets out of it.
Great turn.
Gallagher and Gosselin looking toward Romario. Romario wanted to send it back to Lagos Kunga, but not enough on it, and goes back to Lou City. Excellent idea. And Lancaster held his position, thinking that the flag might go up. It did not. Goes to Christensen, and they'll reset. A lot of pressure over at the far. Lou City with numbers 3-on-2, and they'll get the turnover here. Working in the box, right foot, and big save right at the goal line. Unintentionally hit backwards. Christensen right on top of it.
John Gallagher trying to clear, mishits it, nearly puts it into his own goal. Wasn't pretty. We've talked about Gallagher defensively this season. That one is not how you play it, but Christensen bails him out.
Lou City with it, middle third. Craig and Swahi. Back over at the far side again. There's Alexi Swahi. Romario with token pressure to Paco Craig. More than token pressure by the captain there, so Craig has to send it clear with the right, looking all the way down, looking for Davis. Did Davis get there in time? Yes, he did, but
Davis earns a throw.
Nice. Nicely done with the pressure there by Lou City. Speedy Williams with it now. Little pitch and catch. Too much. Del Piccolo has to come and rescue it, and they'll send it back to the back line. And Swahi, Del Piccolo, and back to Paco Craig, center circle. Oscar. Ownby. Big rapid fire 1-2 touch there. Speedy Williams couldn't hang on to it. And here come the Stripes once again with the break. They got the numbers. Not a lot of mustard on the pass, so they kind of have to pull things back a little bit and reset, and that's what they'll do.
Jose Hernandez steps in front of Williams to intercept. Hernandez is another player on a first-team contract with the U20 Venezuelan team in last year's World Cup final. He's been injured a lot this season. He hasn't had the playing time that we all expected to see. But adding that left back depth with Atlanta United.
Nicely chested down that time. Gallagher and Kunga now in the middle of it all. Ali Shannon. Goslin back to Kunga. Hernandez. Sorry, that's the captain. Back out and around. And here comes Louisville with the high line. Ownby in pursuit.
Gallagher earns a throw, trying to break down the right side.
Metcalf with the throw in, and they'll reset with Miles Robinson. Halfway through minute number 12. Thanks for accessing us however you were doing so. Large device or small, plugged in or mobile, otherwise. Turnover there by the Stripes, and big run in by Ownby. Can he spring Lancaster? No, a little too hard there, and Christensen will pick it up as we head toward minute 13.
You see Lancaster turn to Ownby, wanted that played into space in front of him, let him run onto that. He had a lane too where he had gotten inside of Robinson and Cochran.
Romario, and here comes Gallagher. Kunga trying to spring Gallagher, and he does. Will Oscar get there in time? No, but it's sent into the middle of it all, and it's cleared with a cleat, and it'll be a throw for the Stripes.
Nicely weighted pass from Lagos Kunga. Only person getting there was going to be John Gallagher. Puts in a dangerous cross.
Sent all the way back to Miles Robinson. See if they work it around the horn. Looks like that's going to be the case. Robinson looking for some ideas. Goes Kunga, past Shannon, back to Cochran. Now center circle. Romario lets it go. Kisidu tries to settle and turn with it. He finally does. Kunga has it. Tried to turn with it on his own. Knocked out by Ownby, so it'll be a Stripes throw.
Ownby dropping deep to help Jimenez defensively up against Gallagher and Kunga and Kisidu.
Talk about help there. The captain was there for Gallagher to keep the Stripes in possession. Miles Robinson with it over to Cochran, center circle. Hernandez wanted it in one place. Wasn't enough there, but Hernandez gets it to keep possession with ATL UTD2. Dribbles out of trouble, and they'll try it again.
It's multiple times tonight we've seen Jose Hernandez recover a turnover. Great work from the young Venezuelan.
You see McCabe and Lancaster up there as a part of it all. Stripes wanted a whistle on that particular joust, and it didn't happen. So let's see what happens here with Kyle Smith. Smith thinking about a launch. Will try to send it. Springs Lancaster off the side of the net, and it's going to stick with the stripes.
Louisville takes full advantage of Jose Hernandez attacking into the attacking half, not getting the call. Attacks down the side where Hernandez would have been. It's a nice ball slipped into Lancaster, but he's unable to test Christensen, puts it into the side of the goal.
Had a very acute angle, and I had a lot of mustard behind it too. Wasn't too far away from going top shelf here halfway through minute 15. Second ball was won by ATL UTD2. Big collision there, and you're going to get a whistle from Eric Tattersall there. Lancaster and Miles Robinson colliding, so they're going to call it on Miles.
That's a side of Miles Robinson's game we really haven't seen yet. Some physical play, going in strong for a tackle. Robinson didn't miss by much getting there ahead of Lancaster.
But Lancaster gets upended. You get the whistle, and you have Oscar and Lancaster debating what to do from 35-ish or so. So we'll see what they're thinking.
Yeah, a bold chance for Lancaster to go for goal here, but it looks like he wants to.
The man at the top of the Golden Boot standings wants to try to add to his total and sends it over the outfield wall.
Probably should have let Jimenez take that. When you've scored 21 goals this season, you can call your shot, though.
If Cameron Lancaster was batting cleanup for the Bats, that would have been an effective play.
True.
Not quite working this evening here at Coolray. Minute 17, scoreless, ATL UTD2 in Louisville City. Once again, a game with a lot of meaning as the flag goes up for the teams that are 2, 3, and 4 in the East. Louisville, Charleston, Pittsburgh on a bit of a grouping. They don't have a whole lot of breathing room behind them with 5 and 6. And so that's why we're keeping an eye on all of the action going on. And the first goal on the board from the 7 o'clock kicks goes to Pittsburgh, up 1-0 at Charlotte.
Miles Robinson on it now for Atlanta as they try to play out of their own half. Louisville dials up the pressure a bit.
And Paco Craig ends up with it at the center line. Gets his traditional help from Oscar, one of his passing partners early, and then it goes all the way back to Dobrowolski. We'll send it back over to the far side. Now playing catch in that tricky part of the infield. Converted from dirt to grass after the baseball season was over here at Coolray. Speedy Williams heads it down. Opportunity now for Lou City. McCabe, Speedy playing catch, sent over to the far. Launched in with the right but deflected. Lou City wants a whistle. They're not going to get it, so the Stripes can come out on a break.
Ball to hand on that far side.
Romario running down the middle channel. Kisiadu head fake, gets pushed off. And Del Piccolo was hot that the whistle was right there outside the box. He's wondering what he did wrong. As they discuss it, Kyle Smith, Del Piccolo, and a group, and a push off.
Not much of a push, more of a two-armed stiff arm, but it's a foul nonetheless. It's a foul outside the 18. Great opportunity. It's just too easy with those arms out. You're going to get that call every time. Kisiadu actually shows a lot of savvy, a lot of veteran savvy to earn that free kick.
So let's see what the idea is for the Stripes here halfway through minute 19.
Looks like Romario Williams and Laurent Kisiadu over it. Little surprised Chris Goslin isn't in the mix here. We've seen him take free kicks with the youth national teams. He has a cannon of a right foot.
Man marking outside the 5+1 that are there for Lou City. Romario in Superman punch clear over the bar. Dobrowolski tested.
And that's why Romario takes that free kick. Haven't seen Romario Williams take a free kick. Bends a right-footed curler in. Nice two-handed save.
Superman punch by Dobrowolski sends it over the bar. Creature Comforts corner kick now by the captain, Jack Metcalf. So let's see what kind of activity is going to happen here in the mixer. Short corners available. Grounder. They tried to turn Lagos Kunga with it, but Lou City's out on a break. Oscar Kisiadu there in protection, and he'll get there first.
Great awareness by Kisiadu. He had to get that right. He could not let Louisville get out on the break. Those are the little things that go into development as a professional player. Laurent Kisiadu has shown that progression all season long, picking up those elements. We know what he can do with the ball at his feet.
Joust with Illich, who clears Romario Williams. No whistle on that one.
Romario talking to Tattersall, talking to the AR, not getting any help.
Nope, Eric Tattersall put an index finger in the air, did a bit of a wave, and it's like, nope, that's not going to happen. So Paco Craig goes in and around Romario Williams. Activity down at the far corner, and cleared for a Lou City throw. Sent in quickly with the right, headed clear. The captain was there. Lost on that joust opportunity. Owenby and Oscar with the left in. Cleared defensively, so it'll be a throw deep in the defensive third for ATL UTD2.
Strong clearance by Miles Robinson.
Owenby and Oscar. Oscar with the right, heading straight toward Christensen. Hit it up in the air. Settled down. Is it going to stay in? Yes, and it is sent back left to right, so it'll be a Lou City throw taken very quickly.
Nowhere near where that went out either.
Nope. Del Piccolo looking to dribble out of traffic. Back to Paco Craig. Swahi. Activity over with Davis. And they'll send it back to Swahi to reset. Halfway through minute 22, scoreless. ATL UTD 2 and Lou City. Paco Craig, center circle. Oscar. Playing catch with Craig. What is Craig going to do? Has a little space to come forward if he wants. Sends it sideways. Give and go. ATL UTD 2 defense standing firm. Oscar trying to get it to Ownby. It goes over the touchline, and it'll be a stripes throw.
Ownby unable to control that, keep it in. Only his 8th start of the season.
John Gallagher with the ball over his head. And that particular ball is the official soccer ball of the USL, brought to us by our friends from Select. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Very, very active Lou City in the middle third.
They force Christensen into a mistake now, and it's going to be a corner.
Caught him between ideas and dribbled it. Went off his foot over the end line. So it'll be Oscar with a corner here for Lou City. Let's see what Lou City's thinking here. Bunch of bodies inside the 6. Sent in kind of low. Headed clear into the net. One touch, two touch. Lou City puts it in the back of the net, and almost halfway through minute 24, the visitors are on the board.
It's great service from Jimenez. Testing ball into the 18. Christensen unable to keep it out.
Bang bang play on a line drive shot from Oscar out of the corner, and it is 1-0 to the visitors. Adding to that, an equalizer in Charlotte. Pittsburgh and Charlotte now tied at 1 there in the 22nd.
We talked about it, how important that first goal is. ATL UTD2 has consistently struggled when they've conceded first.
0-4-4 at home when they have conceded the first goal. So let's see what happens here against Lou City. Gallagher and Kunga. Oscar trying to get the ball away, and it's sent back over looking for Hernandez. Hernandez and Kisiadu hooking up. What's Laurent Kisiadu going to do? Try to find Romario. Has Romario. Tried to send it in with the right. Off a couple of bodies, and they'll reset it over at the far. Bringing it all the way back. Switches there. Looking for Gallagher. Gallagher will find it. Headed down. 2 ways to go, and he's heading straight in at the 45 to try to get inside the box. Brings it back out for Lagos Kunga. Sends it in with the left. Easily cleared by Lou City.
Kunga, not enough height on that. It's an easy clearance for Louisville. We've been trying to figure out who had the final touch that beat Christensen. It looks like it was A.J. Cochran. An own goal off of Cochran. There was a flick on in front of him. It looked like the final touch came off of Cochran, and it's going to be credited as an own goal.
So it looks like as AJ was trying to clear. I
think that final touch in front of Cochran was from Lancaster, but definitely was not headed on goal. It was the touch from Cochran that beat Christensen. So far in the stadium, it has been announced as an own goal by Cochran.
We'll take a peek at it in just a little bit. And we'll see what happens there. Kisiadu comes down with it in traffic. Romario down the middle channel is available. Called for it. Kisiadu trying to dribble out of traffic. Finally does. Sent in with the right. Gallagher looking to poach. Dangerous play by Oscar. Ends up with Dobrowolski right down to the bottom. Let's take one more look and see if we can figure out who touched it last. Obviously, if you're Cameron Lancaster, you're going to call it. And
of course.
Like it's, you know, and then so it looks like it's AJ's left shoulder into the net. So it's going to be an OG, called as an own goal. And so that's where it's going to be for Lou City. Dobrowolski has sent it down, and he's looking for Ownby. He and Gallagher went up for the joust. And looks like Ownby knocked Gallagher down in the near corner. So it's a foul on Lou City, and it's going to go to the stripes.
Unlucky deflection for A.J. Cochran. Not much he could do about it. It deflects right in front of him as he's already in mid-dive. Comes off the left shoulder.
Oscar and Del Piccolo had their chances to get onto it. Gosselin now with it. Sending it back to Cochran. Over to Hernandez. Hernandez and Kyle Smith sent forward. Stripes trying to keep possession. Nicely done. Captain Metcalf right in the middle of it all. So what's Lagos going to do? Had a couple of ideas. Sends it back out to Gallagher, who tries to send it in. Goes off Ownby. It'll be a throw.
It's that speed of play that a lot of young players struggle with. Lagos Kunga takes too long to make up his mind. He has the 1v1 opportunity with Oscar. Takes too long, and defenders are able to help Oscar out and close it down. You have to play quicker as you get into the final third. Something we've seen Lagos Kunga do this season. Just hasn't been consistent enough.
Shannon and Cochran playing catch, so Ollie Shannon sends it back over near side. Miles Robinson looking for Lagos, finds him. Center circle. And there is Chris Gosselin. Gosselin finds Gallagher. Gallagher had to back up a little bit. Will send it in with the right over to the far post. Joust was there. Turn missed once. Opportunity there for Gosselin. He goes down. Cleared out of there by Ownby. Another close call for the Stripes, but they're not done. Captain Metcalf is there. Center circle. Comes over to the near. Here's Miles. Ollie Shannon hangs on to it. Big launch again, blocked again by Lou City, and they're going to have transition. Owenby, a lot of room down the middle of the pitch. McCabe going to drive on the dribble, change to his right foot, just missed far post.
Niall McCabe looking for his 5th goal of the season, cutting inside, right-footed rip. Christensen looked like he had it covered. Niall McCabe nearly catches Atlanta out on the break.
McCabe shifted from his left to his right foot, fired, and did not miss by much.
It's a great opportunity for Atlanta the other way before that chance. Jose Hernandez, great decision to head it back across. Laurent Kisiadou kind of leaping into the air looking for a volley, can't find it. It falls to Goslin, who didn't see it coming. He turns and takes a shot that's blocked, and then Louisville gets out on the break.
McCabe and Lancaster get crossed up after Speedy Williams got the interception for Lou City. Ends up with Paul Christensen. Stripes will come back with it, and there's Jack Metcalf. Chested, directed nicely. Center circle, Romario Williams. Trying to spin to get out of trouble. Turnover, and here comes Lancaster. Kick save, Christensen.
Still in on the far side.
Davis, Speedy Williams. McCabe thought about it. Chips over to the far. Settled down. Sent back all the way out to Swahi. Del Piccolo now playing catch. Alexi Swahi had a couple of ideas. Ends up going all the way over to the far. Man marking over there. It looks like they'll try to work it around the horn. Cutting it in, Del Piccolo. Swahi has Paco Craig. And there's Oscar again. McCabe, Speedy Williams. Turn. Deflected. Still around and available, and you can see that somebody wants to try to get goal 22. He turns and sends it off of the outfield wall again. It would have been a home run in baseball, but it's a miss, and it's a goal kick.
Lancaster was really looking for the opportunity to go for the bike, trying to pop that up to himself. Closed down quickly by Ollie Shannon. Miles Robinson with a great tackle in the box to block a chance earlier in that sequence. Louisville City with a ton of the momentum right now.
Let's see if it can switch here. Kisiadou directing a little traffic, step over. Lagos' step over, steps over once, twice, looking for Romario. Once again, cleats in the lanes. Kyle Smith clears.
Outstanding little pullback from Lagos Kunga to create space, and then the shot's blocked.
Swahi tries to send deep, nobody home. Stays in. Excellent English there by Alexi Swahi.
Put the backspin on the wedge.
Sent long the other way. Entirely too much behind it. Dobrowolski will end up with it. Just to send Swahi forward with some momentum. Halfway through minute 33, the 1 goal on the board, the own goal registered to A.J. Cochran. That's been the difference so far. Cameron Lancaster wanted it, didn't get the call. And once again, the work down the middle, and Christensen denies goal 22.
Lancaster with a great opportunity. It's an unforced error by Romario Williams, and Lancaster's off to the races. Christensen off his line quickly with the kick save.
Romario and Paco Craig going at it. Last touched by the Stripes. It's going to be a Lou City throw, and it'll be Oscar doing it.
Romario Williams locked up there looking for a foul, not getting it. Just plays it out into touch.
Paco Craig almost had Romario Williams into a bit of an abdominal stretch at one point.
Old school.
Dobrowolski looking for a little help, finds it in Oscar. Sent down too far as he was trying to release. He's trying to release Ownby, so it'll be a throw for the Stripes here, heading toward minute 35. Sent forward. Del Piccolo let it go. Big launch there by Kyle Smith. Blocked and deflected, but Lou City coming back after it again. Del Piccolo with the left. Ownby tries to send it in with the left. Deflected. Activity at the back. Davis thought about it. Lancaster wanted to hop up and get to it. Stripes try to clear. They still can't. Great pressure and ends up over the end line.
So Miles Robinson heads that over the end line. Corner in the near side for Louisville City. Cochran came flying through the air at one moment in that sequence to head over everybody. Lancaster and Robinson both going up for it.
So let's see if we get flat service again here from Oscar in the corner.
Atlanta player knocked down in that build-up. Tattersall wants to have a conversation about it. It was Gallagher who was knocked down in that build-up. Tattersall going to make Oscar take it again.
A lot of activity in the mixer, headed clear. Second ball headed out by ATL UTD2. Lou City keeps it in. Nicely done. Niall McCabe works it in with the left. Tattersall in the way. Romario Williams ends up with it. Slide tackle Owenby apart. Sticks with the stripes trying to clear Lagos Kunga. He chests it. Deflection, but it goes center circle to Kyle Smith again. And Del Piccolo looking for a dance partner. Goes back to Smith, and they'll go to the far and Davis. A lot of room to roam in the perimeter for Lou City.
Atlanta getting pinned back with their midfield. A lot of space between Atlanta's midfield and Romario Williams.
Ownby, nice touch. McCabe looking to release with the right over to the far. Left foot launch into the net. Early in the 37th minute, second goal on the board for Lou City. Passing, found passing lanes, and then it was an opportunity with the left. It gets past Paul Christensen, and it is 2-0 to the visitors.
Great work by Louisville as they just take advantage of the possession. Kyle Smith, the outside back on the far side of the field, just has acres of space to cut across the top of the 18. Hit a left-footed shot. Christensen with no chance. And it's 2-0 to Louisville City.
Gallagher tried to combine with Kisiadu over here at the near. Went through a couple of different sets of bodies. And another turnover by the Stripes. Ownby looking for Speedy Williams. It goes through. Williams gets it back, and he'll launch with the right and just miss to the near post.
Challenges a young team faces. You have a first goal that's a little unlucky go against you, and then it just starts to roll downhill. Another chance for Louisville City, this time Davis. Christensen gets caught flat-footed a little bit, scrambling back, unable to make a play on it. Luckily it was wide, but this is where ATL UTD2 has to show a response. They have to get a little bit of control of this match. It really feels like it's getting away from them now.
Miles Robinson sends it out with the right boot, so it'll be a throw. Craig yields to Oscar. Swahi is there. Sending it back over to Davis, and he'll work his way in. Speedy Williams in the center. Del Piccolo. Oscar. Paco Craig. McCabe trying to spring Lancaster. Miles Robinson was there. Christensen has to get rid of it with the left. Didn't get a whole lot on it. Del Piccolo was there. Good interception, good cleats in the passing lanes there for the turnover. Can the Stripes do anything with it? Kisiadu has to track it down. He does. Sent long, nobody home. Paco Craig now for Lou City.
Just no options to get out of trouble for Atlanta right now. Gallagher just dumps that into the attacking half, and there's nobody there. It's a challenge for Atlanta to get over midfield right now.
Dobrowolski to Swahi. Speedy Williams. Back to Alexi Swahi again. Del Piccolo will help. Here comes the Stripes pressure. And back to the keeper. There goes Romario trying to chase after. Dobrowolski just gets rid of it. Halfway through minute 40, 2-0 Lou City. An own goal off of A.J. Cochran. A goal in the 37th by Kyle Smith with the left, and that's where we are. We are at 2-0 Lou City as they try to keep their spot in the Eastern Conference. Pittsburgh and Charlotte still tied at 1. They are in the 38th. Charleston and Toronto FC 2. They are scoreless right now in the 38th as well. So that's your 2, your 3, and your 4 in the Eastern Conference. Everybody keeping an eye on one another.
Poor touch by Kisiadu. It's another turnover. Louisville City gives it right back, though.
Heavy touch by Metcalf. Cochran has to go back and chase, and he'll just get rid of it. Tries to send it forward. Kunga was there. But too many Lou City kits, and they're back at it again. Ownby wants to bring it in with the left. 2 kits there, and headed and in. Sent to the back post. Ownby had some great work over on the near side. Sends it to the far post, headed in, and it's 3-0 in the 41st.
Brian Ownby beats John Gallagher 1v1 to the end line. Left-footed cross into the back post, and it's George Davis with his 8th goal of the season. His 200th regular season appearance tonight. He is the first player to do that in the modern USL era. Gets a goal for that night as well. 3-0 Louisville City.
So in the 4+ minutes or so that we have here in the first half, let's see what the Stripes can do here. See if they can figure out what to do as an 11 out there up against a very, very tough Lou City side that has flexed its muscles here, especially in the last 5 minutes, putting 2 goals on the board. And a game that was 1-0 has quickly turned 3-0.
If I was in a kit with stripes on it, I would not want to be facing Scott Donnelly at halftime.
Dobrowolski sends it in. Over Romario off the second touch.
Romario Williams backing into the defender, trying to create space. Not sure how much contact there actually was.
Yeah, Alexi Swahi is down.
Not sure how much contact there was with Romario Williams and Swahi, or if Swahi landed badly.
Physio's out for the visitors. They've got Swahi on his back so they can kind of keep an eye on him, but Alexi Swahi obviously in a lot of pain. Now we'll take a peek and you can kind of get a look as to what went down. Swahi has rolled up. Now he's on his feet. You saw that peek there as to what happened.
Not much in that. It's Romario Williams backing in as a number 9 generally will do, trying to create space. Swahi was flying in from the side. Williams gets a yellow for it. Not sure exactly what earned the yellow card.
And Romario got a yellow card out of the deal.
Yeah, it's as we said, it looks like it's more of the landing that was the problem for Swahi. Not sure all the rolling around. It did earn a yellow card.
Yes, it did.
Don't think there was much else that earned that yellow. Not sure what else Romario Williams could have done there, but need to see a better second half out of him. He's been fairly invisible the last 2 matches. And the disappointing thing about tonight, if you are an Atlanta United fan, is there are 7 Major League Soccer players in this lineup. Louisville City is one of the top teams in USL, but you expect more of a performance from some of these players who are fighting for playing time at the moment. It just hasn't been strong enough.
And once again, to your point, I think the first half talk from Scott Donnelly in the locker room is going to be animated and elevated when it comes to tone, or at least it should be, without question.
Louisville City's been outstanding, not taking anything away from them.
No, not at all.
They've been outstanding in transition.
Taking advantage of opportunities, close their chances for the majority of the part when they've had those opportunities to do so. Looks like because of the Swahi injury, they're going to add 2 minutes when we hit 45 here in about 10 seconds. Smith and Davis. Speedy Williams and Del Piccolo.
Adding 2 minutes, stopping.
Oscar. Next level work, McCabe. Owenby all alone on the left. On the near side, working his way in. Gallagher's with him, lost control, so it'll be goal kick.
The most impressive thing about Louisville City this season is they've went through 3 regimes.
Yes.
O'Connor starts the season after winning USL Cup last year. He leaves to take the job in Orlando. Then you had the triumvirate of 3 players who oversaw a nice run, 4-1-1. George Davis IV, Paulo Di Piccolo, Luke Spencer keep things moving on the right path. And then Hackworth comes in. You would have never guessed that if you look at the way this team plays.
Another shot for Lou City here. The end of the first half. A little give and go trying to spring Lancaster, and just wide over the far post. Didn't miss it by much. It was a grounder. Didn't really have a whole lot behind it. Christensen dove on it. Didn't need to touch it. Goal kick.
The deeper Atlanta drops, the more space it creates for Louisville City, and they're taking full advantage.
Romario and Swahi going at it again. They both let it go through. Dobrowolski has it. And he'll partner with Swahi as time's ticking away here in the first half at Coolray Field. Pressure from Romario. Swahi sends it long. Cochran ends up with it first. Metcalf and Cochran. Cochran will try to clear with the left, looking for Kisiadu. Can't control it. And Gallagher got caught between ideas, and it's now Oscar with it down on the far. Owenby left, blocked.
Off Owenby's hand.
They were calling for it. The Stripes were. Eric Tattersall agreed, and that'll do it for your first 45 minutes plus here at Coolray Field. You had the own goal. It was 1-0, and then in a 5-minute stretch, you had goals 2 and 3. So dominating once again for Lou City with 3 on the board.
Head seemed to go down a little bit. If you're Atlanta United, not a great response after that second goal, especially. Going to have to see some halftime adjustments. You look at the bench for ATL UTD2, Alessandro Castro, Jackson Conway, Kevin Barajas, Devin Sandoval, Andrew Kendall Moulin, Sean Nicklaw, all possibilities for Scott Donnelly. I think he just needs some fresh legs. He needs a different approach. He needs somebody out there showing a little more hunger tonight. It's been a flat performance from Atlanta.
And we'll see what the talk is from the locker room and how it translates into the second 45 minutes. When we come back to Coolray Field, we'll let you know what else is going on around with the run-in for ATL UTD2 as the 7-game homestand to finish the season will continue. And we'll let you know what else is going on around the USL. It's been a very busy and successful week for the league. We got teams coming in, and we got stuff around the corner. It's USL Soccer on ESPN+. Lou City up 3 at the break.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting. all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit Piedmont.org/QuickCare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Jason Johnson! You've got to be kidding me! We're in! Alex Mendoza! Goal! Mendoza! Sunday the other way! Oh, what a goal! And what a world-class goal that is from Didier Drogba! Pure brilliance from Ricardo Pereira. Wazinski, diving stop! Must-see TV.
Welcome back to Coolray Field, and it's time to kind of go through the run-in here and let you see what else is going on. And the schedule, Jason, has compressed toward the end of it all. No real rest for the Stripes. Midweek, it's Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay Rowdies come into town. They're not playing this weekend. They had a loss in Indy last Wednesday, but they won their 3 matches prior to that. They're in the midst of a big-time playoff push, currently sitting in 11th. But they're only 3 points out of the final spot, only 4 points out of 7th. It's a very congested Eastern Conference.
And we'll keep an eye on what else is going on around the East as the evening goes along as well. Remaining schedule after Tampa Bay on Wednesday. Next weekend, the Charleston Battery come to town. Then once again, it's another midweek with Pittsburgh. So you get the number 2 team in the East tonight. You get the number 3 team as of right now coming in next weekend. Then after that, the number 4 team. So 3, 4, and 2 here for the run-in for the Stripes.
The Battery match almost feels like a homecoming with these 2 teams so closely linked. So many players have been back and forth. So many players know each other very well.
And you finish up the season with the Richmond Kickers here at Coolray on the 13th. It's been a very busy and successful week for the USL. And what you knew as the USL will change starting next season. Here's a look at the new look for the United Soccer League just around the corner. So it was a historic day for soccer in North America, Jason, with the USL unveiling this new identity that we have. And so it's Championship, League One, and League Two.
Makes everything really easy to follow, and we've talked a lot about the championship. We'll talk about the growth of the championship in just a minute. But League One and League Two. League One, we're seeing a ton of growth here in the Southeast with South Georgia Tormenta, Greenville, Chattanooga, Orlando City B. Lots of growth for League One. I'm excited to see that next level of professional soccer for USL. And in League Two, 70% of MLS draftees got their start in USL League Two.
And for more information about the USL's evolution, you can visit uslsoccer.com at any opportunity that you wish. And then you talk about expansion when it comes to what will be the USL Championship starting next season. A lot of cool markets introduced into the USL.
Yeah, growth in the Southeast. It continues with the championship. Birmingham Legion, Memphis 901. We're hearing about logos. We're hearing about branding. We're hearing about coaches being hired. Lots of exciting things around the USL Championship. And don't forget about the teams coming in even after 2019. Chicago coming in 2020. East Bay out in California coming in 2021. This league just continues to grow.
And now let's take a peek at the upcoming schedule here in the East. Games of note just around the corner. Bethlehem Steel and Ottawa. That is Sunday afternoon at 1. And then you've also got Penn and Charlotte just below the playoff bar Wednesday. Then the action in the bottom half of that screen there starts at Coolray here Wednesday night.
We're back here with the Rowdies 7 p.m. kick, and then Toronto FC2 and Louisville City at Friday at 8 o'clock.
And if you didn't have enough when it came to alpacas and motorcycles and everything else that's gone on at Cashman Field this year, you will have one final opportunity to take a peek at it with the Lights and Phoenix Wednesday, October 10th.
Hopefully no more alpacas are sent off.
Yes. Yeah, you don't want any more descent, yes?
No, none of that.
We can't have that. So Vegas and Phoenix, Cashman Field, ESPN 3, Wednesday, October 10th. That'll be the last chance, the final ESPN opportunity for the USL here on the year. We'll come back with highlight stats and everything else from the first 45 minutes. Lou City and leading at Coolray Field 3-0. Stick and stay. We'll get you ready for the second 45 just around the corner. This is USL Soccer on ESPN Plus with ATL UTD2.
Jason Johnson, you've got to be kidding me! Shot winner pin, Alex Mendoza. Goal! Sunday the other way. Oh, what a goal! And what a world-class goal that is from Didier Drogba. Pure brilliance from Ricardo Pereira. Wazinski, diving stop. Must-see TV.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Jason Johnson, you've got to be kidding me! Shot winner pin, Alex Mendoza. Goal! Sunday the other way. Oh, what a goal! And what a world-class goal that is from Didier Drogba. Pure
Welcome back to Coolray Field. Getting ready for the second 45 minutes. Lou City up 3-0 after the first 45 here in suburban Atlanta against ATL UTD2. We'll get you some highlights and some stats just around the corner. But, Jason, a really cool night here at Coolray for more than one reason, but one having to do with an integral part of the fan base here in the soccer community in Atlanta.
Yeah, Hispanic Heritage Night here in Atlanta at Coolray Field. One of the big things about Atlanta United and ATL UTD2 is how they've been able to bring different elements of the community together. You know, a lot of people heard the name Atlanta United and thought that, oh, it's kind of a generic soccer name, but it's truly become a rallying cry for this club. And you see lots of different elements of that tonight with Hispanic Heritage Night. You see Soccer in the Streets, great nonprofit organization that's brought a bunch of their teams out, other clubs as well, lots of clubs from the area here in Gwinnett County. It's been a very cool night to see lots of different faces here at the Proving Ground.
And you have supporters groups who have those ties, and one of the other cool aspects about it all is that just how it all integrates together as one group going forward.
Yeah, one of the special things about it is those Soccer in the Streets teams. I believe there were 5 different teams that are here tonight. Supporters for Atlanta United donated tickets so those kids could come out.
Very cool stuff. And once again, you tip your hat to ATL UTD, Atlanta United, and ATL UTD2. And it's a great night here for Hispanic Heritage Night against Louisville City. Let's take a peek at the first half highlights. Started off with the stripes on the front foot, and then it caused Dobrowolski to do a Superman punch.
Roman Reigns reference there.
Yes,
nice.
It was. Superman punch. That's how you got it. So tough early on for Lou City to make sure that they made sure that everything was even Steven, but then the own goal, and that sets things forward for Lou City.
Yeah, Cameron Lancaster tries to claim it, but his flick on goes off of A.J. Cochran past Christensen. Atlanta bounced back okay after that, though.
And once again, you look at the numbers. The next one that Cameron Lancaster gets, it's 22 for Matt Fondy in 2015. But then Paul Christensen does well.
Well, Lancaster nearly had 22 right here. Christensen off his line quickly after a turnover at midfield denies Lancaster the 22nd goal.
Once again, Matt Fondy in 2015. Then the one that does happen in the 37th with Kyle Smith.
Kyle Smith cutting across from a right back position, rips it with his left foot. Christensen no chance. Atlanta too slow to close Smith down.
Then 4 minutes later, George Davis.
Starts with Brian Ownby on the left side. He beats John Gallagher 1v1, takes him all the way to the end line, chips it into the back post, and Davis, completely unmarked, beats Christensen with the header.
A commemorative night for George Davis. His 200th. Gets
200th regular season appearance, and he gets a goal to show for it.
So we'll put that on the mantle as they get ready for the Davis family compound. So it's been a busy night for George Davis the fourth. Number 22 in your program, 3rd goal in the books in the 41st minute. And that's how we ended up at 3-0 as we get ready for the second 45 minutes. And anything in the stats peek out to you?
13 shots for Louisville City does. 3 on target, though. All 3 are goals. Possession pretty even, which you would expect. These are both two teams who like to knock the ball around a bit, two of the leading passing teams in the league. Louisville City passing at an 85% clip, a little bit better than ATL UTD2. Pretty even outside of those shots, 13-5. 3 shots on target for Louisville City, only 1 for Atlanta.
Doesn't look like there were any changes to the ATL UTD2 11 getting ready for the second 45 minutes. But they did have a bit of a powwow there in the infield as a group before we got the second half ready to go.
Louisville City has done a very good job of keeping Atlanta United from getting inside the area and creating chances. Of those 5 shots ATL UTD2 has had, only 1 from inside the 18.
So we start the second 45 minutes. Once again, thanks for accessing us however you are doing so. Large device or small, computer, phone. Insert newfangled device name here. Thanks for hanging out with us here with USL Soccer on ESPN+. ATL UTD2 and Louisville City. Updating you on the scores from the rest of the East, where 2, 3, and 4 are flip-flopping as best as they can. Pittsburgh and Charlotte, early second half, they are tied at 1s. Richmond ahead of North Carolina FC by the score of 2-1. Toronto FC 2 hanging with Charleston Battery at MUSC Health. That one is scoreless early second half.
Toronto has had some nights like that where they pop up. Depends on the roster makeup. That's a very young Toronto squad. But when they bolster it with some players from Toronto FC, the dynamic changes quickly.
Including one night in particular against Lou City that happened a while back.
And they face each other next Friday as well.
Pressure up front from the stripes. Let's see what happens. Gallagher and Kisiadu over there at the far. Swahi. Kyle Smith working it all the way back to Swahi, and they'll start it again with Davis. Shoulder turn picked up by the stripes, and they can control with Lagos Kunga.
Louisville has had problems attacking down their right side. Jose Hernandez has held up very well for ATL UTD2.
Miles Robinson looking forward, chested. Speedy Williams and Kisiadu going after it. Del Piccolo is there. He tries to work with the outside of his left. Back to the all the way to the back, and this is a ball in the in-betweens, but it looks like Dobrowolski will get there first ahead of Lagos Kunga. Sent forward, and the opportunity is here one more time. Pushed down in the box, and nothing happening. Cameron Lancaster wants the call. Physical play from Miles Robinson, and no whistle from Eric Tattersall.
Smart play from Miles Robinson. He goes in shoulder to shoulder with Lancaster. Tattersall doesn't give the penalty to Lancaster. Great job by Miles Robinson.
We've seen the physical play of Miles Robinson on display a couple of times tonight. Sound defensively from him as well. Good to see that on the back line. Ollie Shannon, giveaway. Niall McCabe, after a couple of touches, sends it over here to the near side. Big sprint in and a pick, and too heavy a touch. And Hernandez has to send it to Paul Christensen, who's got to get rid of it as George Davis was kind of buzzing the tower there. Swahi with the header down. Paco Craig all the way back to Dobrowolski.
Nice composure again from Hernandez. Communicates with Christensen, tells him where he's going to play it, gives it to Christensen in a good spot for him to clear. Really impressed by Jose Hernandez tonight.
Del Piccolo. Halfway through minute 49. Louisville with 3 on the board in the first half. Stripes responding so far tenaciously on defense. Haven't had the opportunity to put anything toward Dobrowolski from the offensive point of view. So right now you're seeing a bunch of triangle passing drills from the visitors.
Louisville trying to get Atlanta stretched out. Ollie Shannon chasing into the attacking half, but Louisville unable to take advantage.
Davis trying to dribble out of trouble. Last touched by Lagos Kunga. Throw in quickly by Lou City. Smith, Speedy Williams, Del Piccolo trying to work the switch. Shannon gets a cleat in the way, and it's deflected all the way back. Paco Craig will have to regroup. Middle third. Chip trying to spring Ownby, but 2 stripe kits there, and Gallagher tries to get rid of it, but it ends up in a visitor's set of cleats. Intercepted. Nicely done by the captain, Jack Metcalf. But once again, turnovers back and forth, changing of possessions. And Laurent Kisiadu hits the deck. Del Piccolo was not pleased about something. Kisiadu was not pleased about something.
No clue why there's not a yellow card here.
Yeah.
Del Piccolo, no reason to be kicking out at Laurent Kisiadu. Tattersall's having the conversation with Kisiadu. He's the one who was in possession, beats Del Piccolo, and is taken off to the races. Del Piccolo grabs him, drags him all the way to the ground, and then wouldn't accept the hand up from Kisiadu. Surprising Tattersall didn't have a conversation the other way.
Yep, denied the hand and just dumped him.
I think Kisiadu made the most of it, but Louisville City now trying to make the most of this opportunity.
Right foot over to the side. Davis already has a goal, launches it, but it's blocked, and blocked flush.
A.J. Cochran has to catch his breath now.
That hit him in the upper chest. He's got to catch his breath. Short distance, big cleat, hit Cochran right in the ribs. Looks like it hit him upper chest, possibly up in the chin. So you know he's got he just grabbed his abs just now, so he's
feeling it.
Yes.
That one's going to leave the panels of the select ball on his chest.
Sent forward with the left. Swahi with the header to settle. Lagos Kunga trying to spin out of trouble, but it goes back to Lou City. Swahi, speedy. Del Piccolo trying to spring Lancaster, trying to chase goal 22. Nicely done defensively, but can the Stripes do anything with it? Chris Goslin.
Goslin dumped over the touchline.
Kyle Smith.
Louisville City with a 3-0 lead, getting very physical. Now you see Oliver Shannon go over to talk to Tattersall about it. A little surprising we haven't seen more cards that way. Really no reason for Louisville City to get into that kind of match at this stage.
Jose Hernandez looking for a partner here. Just sends it with the left. And Romario was trying to chase after it as well. Remember, Romario's on a yellow. Picked up in minute 43.
He was trying to get body position in front of Swahi. Swahi takes the hit, goes down, gets the call. Williams complaining to Tattersall about it. Those were the two that battled earlier. Swahi went down. Romario picked up the yellow card.
Dobrowolski with the left, trying to spring Davis, who clears out Hernandez. Second ball. Once again, more jousting going on. Lancaster is there with Cochran in the corner, and they'll stick with the visitors.
Game's getting extremely physical right now. Davis jumps straight into Hernandez and dumps him down. No call made. We'll see if the game naturally dials down a little bit or if Tattersall is going to have to throw some cards.
Flag is up as Davis tried to go and chase and send it toward the net. The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter. Christensen and Cochran trying to direct traffic with Hernandez over at the far to try to get it out of trouble. Gallagher thought about something long, couldn't control it, so it goes off of the sideboards. It'll be a Lou City throw.
It was deflected, actually. Atlanta throw. Gallagher tried to play that down the line.
Thank you, sir.
It's a nice ball by Goslin to Kunga.
Kunga tries to send it in, just missed Romario. Dobrowolski got there first. Romario about a half step behind.
So far, we've seen lots of flicks, lots of tricks from Goslin and Kisiadu and Kunga. That's a little more of the play that I think Scott Donnelly's looking for. Also a little bit of that. Chris Goslin chasing in, goes in strong. It's a foul, but that aggressiveness, that's something we haven't seen consistently from Atlanta this season.
Went diving in on Paco Craig, so Dobrowolski will send it in himself. Heading toward minute 56, still 3-0 Louisville City. Charleston Battery now on the board. They lead Toronto FC 2-1-0 at MUSC Health there in the 55th. Pittsburgh and Charlotte still tied at 1. These three matches involving the 2, the 3, and the 4 in the East all kicked off at the same time, shortly after 7 o'clock Eastern time. So we'll try to keep you up to date on the math as best we can here for the final 35 minutes or so. Big flick. Ownby had it, lost it. Kisidu trying to do a bit of a drag to keep possession. He can't now. It's Davis and keep away with Del Piccolo.
Kisidu has to help his team get out of that trouble.
Over to the far, Gallagher. Big right and save, tipped over the bar. Christensen, nicely done.
Nice work by Paul Christensen. Keeps his head there calmly, touches it over the crossbar.
And there's your turn. Wind up with the right. Christensen reaches up with the big paw, sends it over the crossbar.
Yeah, it looked like that was on goal. Christensen read it the whole way. Didn't have to dive. Just gets the right hand up, knocks it over the crossbar.
So let's see what Oscar's thinking here with Kisiadu guarding him. Sends in with the left, punch up in the air, nothing handled, and into the side netting. An opportunity missed by Swahi at the near post.
Those are the opportunities where ATL UTD2 really seems to lose track of everyone. Way too clean of a look for Swahi. That's a rather cynical foul by McCabe on Chris Goslin, as Atlanta's trying to build out of the back. Goslin suffered quite a few fouls tonight.
Once again, you know, as we keep you up to date with the standings, Romario trying to get out of trouble, but 2 and 6 right there. 2, 3, and 4 hanging out right with each other, but they can't take any time off because you got 5 and 6 right behind you as everybody's trying to get to their position in the playoff bar. Ball over at the far, tried to send into the box. Romario tries to chest it down. He does. Wind up and missed with the right outside of the foot. Sent into the bullpen by Chris Goslin.
Great work by Laurent Kisiadu on the far side. Walks the tightrope on the touchline, keeps it in, puts in a ball that Romario Williams battles for. It's half cleared. Chris Goslin with an opportunity from 30 yards does not put it on frame. Again, Atlanta United 2 really struggling to get chances inside the 18. That time the goal kick doesn't leave the 18. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Eric Tattersall calls for the clapper to come down on the film, and he'll try it again for take number 2. Updating activity at MUSC Health, now tied at 1, Charleston and Toronto FC 2.
Now Tattersall pump fakes on the goal kick. Tries it again.
There you go. Dobrowolski sends it deep. First opportunity missed. Gallagher is there, but you get a collision, Lou City pressure, and Paul Christensen has to build around both McCabe and Cameron Lancaster. Okay, there's a lot of stripes. Can work here in the middle of the 59th, sent to the near. Let's see what Lagos Kunga can do with it. He's got Jose Hernandez off his left shoulder, tries to come into the box. He'll bring it back out. Hernandez is there, and he'll try to send it in, deflected and out for a stripes throw.
Kunga too slow. That play doesn't develop quick enough. By the time he plays it back to Hernandez, there's no room to put a ball into the 18.
In and off a couple of sets of cleats. Last touched by Lou City, so it will come back to the stripes once again, and they'll bring it all the way back to A.J. Cochran. He and Kunga playing catch. Romario tries to spring Kisiadu with it. Dobrowolski wanted a whistle on Kisiadu as he went down to try to grab the ball. No whistle there from Tattersall, and he'll just send it to Swahi, and we'll try it again.
No reason for a whistle there. Paco Craig does a great job to shield Kisiadu off of that ball. Romario Williams dropped into space, tried to release Kisiadu with a nice turn and pass.
Throw in for the stripes. Hernandez, Metcalf, all the way back to Christensen, who is well out of net. Miles Robinson with a head of steam. Center circle. Metcalf tries to spring Kisiadu. Doesn't happen. Lou City now with it. Davis switches there, and he'll take it, looking for Ownby. But Gallagher gets there first. Great retreat for him. Give and go with Christensen, and they'll try it again to build out of the back.
A long retreat from Gallagher, too. He had tried to get forward when Metcalf was trying to play to Kisiadu.
Shannon finding Lagos Kunga. Tackle from behind. Tattersall saying nope.
Looked like a tackle right from behind. Kunga goes down, no call. Oliver Shannon dumps a Louisville player in response.
And a whistle from Tattersall.
That was a receipt. That was Oliver Shannon. That's why he's here. Lagos Kunga beats the defender and then is taken down from behind. Not sure how much of the ball was touched on that tackle on Kunga, but he went down awkwardly, and Oliver Shannon flew into a tackle in response.
That was on Niall McCabe. And so Niall McCabe getting into discussions with Oliver Shannon as they're coming down the middle channel. Okay, so here's your look at Lagos going down.
Looks like he's clipped from behind. The foot goes up as it slides through and brings Kunga down. Not sure if he got a touch on the ball or not. But Oliver Shannon sees that happen in front of him, and Oliver Shannon flies into a tackle. It's a response. It's something that you've needed to see a little more from Atlanta this season. This is a very young team. You have a lot of players who like to take players on 1v1 when they're brought down in that type of way. There has to be a response. Doesn't look like there's any of the ball on the tackle. Looks like he kind of rolled up Kunga's ankle as
Kyle
well.
Smith, yeah.
It's a very reckless tackle from Smith. Again, Tattersall, no call on that. No card shown to Shannon, which could have been a card.
But then Shannon taking McCabe down.
And that could have been a card. That was immediate response to Shannon feeling like his player was fouled going the other way. Second half, it's felt like the temperature of this match is going up a few degrees every moment like that. It's a 3-0 match, not to say that there's nothing to play for, but shouldn't be heating up in quite this way.
Louisville gets full points tonight. Charleston and Pittsburgh do not, as they are both tied right now. Then you can put some distance between themselves and the 3 and the 4 in the Eastern Conference.
Shannon goes in strong on Ownby, wins that one. So you can see Oliver Shannon asking for a response from his players.
And you get a dump over there on the far boards.
Gallagher plowed over on the far side. Oliver Shannon, after winning that tackle very strongly, immediately asking for more from his teammates.
Metcalf won the first round of the header, but the second round goes to Lou City. Speedy Williams to Swahi. Ownby thought about releasing Kyle Smith, but sent it backwards instead. And there's Oliver Shannon again in a whistle.
Oliver Shannon's trying to take this game over in the middle of the field. Looks like he goes through the Louisville player here.
Went through Speedy Williams.
Yeah, Shannon goes in strong, goes through Williams, dumps him over, hands the ball to him, shakes hands afterwards. Ollie Shannon's trying to make an impact here.
He's trying to bring all the rest of the stripes with him.
It's twofold. I mean, Oliver Shannon wants playing time with Atlanta United. He hasn't seen it this year. He has to make a statement in matches like this, but he, as you said, he's trying to bring his teammates with him.
Just missed. Ownby, nice idea. And once again, Cameron Lancaster chasing after that 22nd goal, just missed it to the near post. Quickly brought back in by Christensen, but sent deep. Almost like a dump and chase situation, but it ends up quickly with Lou City. Flag is up.
Brian Ownby's been outstanding tonight.
Yep.
Ownby with that cross looking for Lancaster at the near post. Brian Ownby has been really making the most of his opportunities 1v1 with John Gallagher tonight.
Working off the wing very well. Trying to spring anybody at the end of the connections that he's looking for. Hernandez loses control here. Now the Lou City does as well, as it's a little bit of a back and forth in the middle third here. Cochran. And they're going to play on. No whistle from Tattersall as Lancaster hit the deck.
Cochran throwing his body around.
Miles Robinson Back to Christensen. And I think physicality, I mean, safe to say physicality can be contagious, that if you see your teammate do something and you don't hear a whistle, then your other teammates can respond in kind and try to test those same boundaries going forward, yeah?
To a degree. I mean, it's more the way Tattersall's calling it. If he's going to let this stuff go, you have to play the game that he's calling. There's that element to it. There is the other element where you've watched some of your teammates get hit hard by Louisville players, and you need to see that response. It's part of growing as a professional.
Halfway through minute 67, still 3-0. It was 3-0 at the interval.
Looks like we have 2 substitutions coming up for Louisville.
So let's see what happens here with Davis chasing his second goal of the night. Pass, header, punch, clear, rebound opportunity for Smith. Hits the deck. Big idea by Lancaster again over the bar.
Blocked in front. Lancaster can't find that 22nd goal just yet. Christensen with another nice save, gets both hands on a shot right in front of him.
So it looks like it's the end. Looks like the end of the night for Niall McCabe.
Laurent Kissiadou coming out. Jackson Conway coming in for Atlanta.
There you go. Thank you.
Jackson Conway, big-time goal scorer in the Atlanta United Academy. We've seen him multiple times this season for ATL UTD2, and he has to defend here.
So Jackson Conway. Corner at the far. Brought in, headed down, double contact, and into the back of the net.
It looks like Lancaster.
Is it Lancaster's 22nd?
Lancaster. Did he get on the end of that? It took multiple deflections inside the area. I think the first header was going to be on goal. Comes off a teammate. I think Cameron Lancaster is going to have to lobby for this one as he tried to do on the first one. We're trying to get a good look at it here in the booth. First header goes off of a Louisville player that would have went in.
Looks
Lancaster heads it down again, and it goes off of A.J. Cochran. Likely a second own goal for A.J. Cochran tonight. Nothing he can do about it. He's trying to get out of the way of it. Lancaster with the deflection. After the initial header had a deflection.
You get a double doink in the back of the net.
Lancaster heads it. Hernandez blocks it into A.J. Cochran. Now we get those substitutions for Louisville. Jonathan Lewis on loan from NYCFC. He's into the match now for Ownby.
And Ilya Illich is now in for Niall McCabe here in the 70th minute.
One of the most unlucky nights I have ever seen for A.J. Cochran. Nothing he can do on either one of them, but he's going to be credited for 2 own goals.
Big right foot over the bar, nothing there. Cameron Lancaster, who has missed out twice, despite his best lobbying efforts to get goal number 22. Decides to launch with the right, goes over the bar.
At this stage, Cameron Lancaster has the green light to shoot if he's inside the attacking half. He wants that 22nd goal in a big way. I think everyone's on board to try to find it for him.
Matt Fondy trying to hang on to that record as long as he can.
I don't know if Fondy's getting out of here with it.
Looks like they're going to call Shannon for the handball there.
Kunga gets in and wins a tackle.
Outside of the right cleat. Romario is clear. Can he do anything with it? Changes over to the right. Left into the net. Romario Williams. Outside of the foot, tries to spring Romario. It does. He goes right. He goes left. Lines it up. back of the net. Romario Williams gets one on the board for the Stripes, and it's 4-1 with just under 20 to play.
It's a strong individual effort from Romario Williams. Started with the tackle from Lagos Kunga. Williams gets sprung down the middle. Swahi can't keep up with him. And Williams slaloms through the middle of the field, cuts to the left foot, crosses up the keeper and cuts it back across him. No chance. Romario Williams gets on the board.
72nd minute, Romario on the board, makes it 4-1. So let's see what that does to the rest of the Stripes for the final 20 minutes or so here tonight at Coolray Field.
See what that does for the match. I think it's going to open up a little bit more.
Right boot blocked by Miles Robinson. To your point, Lancaster wound and fired from about 25. And so Speedy will launch, and he'll miss with the outside of the right, and he'll send it over the inline. Paul Christensen will reintroduce. And speaking of the Romario Williams highlight, you can watch highlights like that one from every game of the 2018 season. Stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL.
Sean Nicklaw checking in for Lagos Kunga. Up and down night for Kunga, but he does contribute there on that goal for Williams. His tackle defensively started the whole sequence. We know what Kunga can do 1v1. We know what he can do with the ball at his feet. It's those other things that we need to see more of. His contribution to Romario Williams' goal will be noted by Scott Donnelly. Jackson Conway armbarred down and somehow committed the foul.
I was going to say that there was a headlock takedown with a hip toss involved.
I have no idea how that's a foul on Jackson Conway. Now I think there's a conversation about it to see who the foul should go on. And it is against Conway. He does earn the free kick. I was a little confused at that initial symbol there from Tattersall.
And Eric Tattersall wishes that it be moved about 7 yards further back before Jack Metcalf sends it back into play.
Conway and Paco Craig battling here. Don't see many academy players come in and be as forceful as we've seen from Jackson Conway.
But once again, it's part of the things that we've been talking about all season long. It's about the growth of the player and how they respond to these situations as they get ready to the next level, whatever that next level is.
Williams earns a throw on the far side.
Miles Robinson, early minute 75. A.J. Cochran. Bit of a knuckleball, but it's picked up. Sean Nicklaw, part of the passing party there. Center circle. Chris Goslin. Jack Metcalf. Romario posting up. Paco Craig there with him. Tries to go in for the slide. Chipped, deflected, and cleared. And Romario wanted a whistle on that particular takedown.
Williams was taken down after the play. Advantage was played. It was a great ball from Williams into Nicklaw. Dobrowolski with a huge save on Sean Nicklaw, the edge of the 18, and the foul that was not called. Advantage was played. It was the correct decision by Tattersall. That gets a yellow card on Paco Craig. So the young throw for Atlanta.
So the Young Harris product gets a yellow card here in the 76th. Let's take another look at it.
Williams with the turn. He gets dumped down, but he slips the ball into Nicklaw. Dobrowolski with a big save at the top of the 18. And now Atlanta to throw it in.
Hernandez. A little bit of a give and go. Missed connection there. Romario has doubled back a little bit. Intercepted. And a lot of bodies hitting the floor. Jackson Conway going in there trying to keep it in that side. Nicklaw will wind up from 35 as he's done before this season twice. Conway ends up with it. Sends it over. to Metcalf, who will bring it in with the right. Deflected, headed clear. Gosselin thought about it. He'll wind up and send it over the outfield wall.
Gosselin struggling on the shots from distance tonight. Ollie Shannon with another big tackle to prevent a Louisville break. Jackson Conway goes sliding in with a player. Very physical night here at the Proving Ground.
Scoring update from Charleston. The Young Reds with the lead now. They lead 2-1 in Charleston in the 76th minute. Big result in the 2, the 3, and the 4 in the Eastern Conference if that holds. Pittsburgh still tied with Charlotte 1-1 in the 78th. Louisville on a break. Big spin picked up by Hernandez. Back to Christensen, who has to get rid of it, and he does.
Unlucky for Hernandez. It took a funny hop on that ball back to Christensen. Smart decision by Hernandez again. A lot of composure from him in the defensive final third.
Miles Robinson, interception. Jackson Conway trying to turn. Del Piccolo ends up with it. Swahian Smith working its way over. Speedy Williams. Ollie Shannon wanting a little help from Chris Gosselin to come up a little further and help defend. Speedy Williams had Davis, who now has it over here at the near side. Couple of bodies within a very short span. Lou City thought about working it around the horn. They'll just come back to the near side and they'll recycle it again with Kyle Smith. Now here comes Jackson Conway to help out and retreat on defense. Romario trying to lurk and figure out what to do. Speedy Williams just dribbling out towards second base. Pass complete, and here comes Metcalf to defend.
It's the same thing we saw in the first half, though, where Atlanta gets pinned in deeper and deeper, and Louisville City has all day to bring it into the final third.
Sent in with the right boot, but cleared. Miles Robinson got there first. Try to spring with the right boot. Gallagher in tough defending. And they'll reset it. Blocked, but not out. Kyle Smith wanted to have Davis off to his right, has Del Piccolo to his left. Jackson Conway had the opportunity, was about a half step behind where he needed to be to intercept it, and it'll go all the way back to Dobrowolski, and they'll reset. Minute number 80. Louisville City up 4-1 on ATL UTD 2. Miles Robinson trying to help get it out of a jam back to Christensen, who will have to dribble to his left and chip it forward with the left. Chested down, but it ends up right into the cleats of Davis. Once again, a lot of Poe going in the middle of third, but coming out with it, A.J. Cochran. He finds Jackson Conway. Conway looking to go on Paco Craig. Sends it in with the right, looking for Romario, but boots in the way. Get it back to Lou City. Ollie Shannon trying to come in and close the gap a little bit, but the visitors end up with it, and they'll build out of the back in minute number 81.
Williams wanted that ball sooner from Conway. Conway a couple too many touches before putting in a cross that's easily cut out.
Speedy Williams center circle. All the way over to the far. 10 minutes plus stoppage remain here. Louisville City that much closer to getting a full result, solidifying their place in second in the East by the end of the night. Miles Robinson, nice gate, but the connection wasn't quite there. It was saved from going out all the way. Well done in that particular instance by Jonathan Lewis. Launch with the right on.
Kyle Smith looking for goal number 2 right at Paul Christensen. Jonathan Lewis getting some time with Louisville City on loan from NYCFC. Nice hustle to keep that in on the end line.
A little drag of the shirt, and they'll call the whistle there. Looks like Lou City's coming up with another sub.
Sean Nicklaw called for the foul. Player that we've seen before, Jose Carranza.
I was going to say, familiar face coming in as Speedy Williams' night comes to a close in minute 82.
Carranza started the season here with ATL UTD2 on a short-term contract. Played well. Moved on to Louisville City in midseason. Been playing a little bit deeper than we saw him with Atlanta. He's playing more as a 6 or an 8, depending on who he's paired with.
Trying to spring Lancaster again. Gallagher coming back, doubling. Jackson Conway is free if he can figure something out with Romario. Closing speed with Romario. Can he get past Dobrowolski? No. Dobrowolski gets the ball. Romario tried to get a call. Didn't happen. And Romario's not getting up out of the box as Lou City's coming back on offense.
Nice ball by Jackson Conway, but Dobrowolski off his line quickly takes it off of Romario Williams' boot.
And Romario's not getting up. So it's sent out of play off against the boards, and looks like they're going to want the physios to come take a peek at Romario here. So Jackson Conway, great contact to spring Romario, and the closing speed for the opportunity.
Closing speed from Dobrowolski off his line as well. He closes that down quickly. Williams can't get a shot off. Dobrowolski takes it off his boot cleanly. Looks like it might be the knee of Williams.
So we'll keep an eye on this.
Likely more of a contact injury than anything.
Yeah. When you got two folks going at high speed, meeting in the middle of an intersection.
Williams on his feet now. That might be the end of his night.
Devin Sandoval. So Devin Sandoval will come in here in the 84th. And that'll put a night on Romario Williams, who got the goal back in the 72nd to put the Stripes on the board at 4-1.
Devin Sandoval was a key signing for ATL UTD2 this season. We talked to Scott Donnelly at the beginning of the year. Sandoval had some opportunities to go to other clubs, elected to come here and be a leader for a young team. He knew what he was getting into, and we've heard from many of the academy players and the young professionals about how much Sandoval has helped them navigate this whole process of becoming a professional. Sandoval next year will be moving on to the new team in the USL Championship in New Mexico. He's already signed a contract to go back home and play for his hometown club.
And for those of you that didn't have the opportunity to see that picture on social media, it was really cool with the Sandoval family there to see the signing, that he gets the chance to go home for the 2019 season. Cochran, center circle. Metcalf, Goslin over to Gallagher, trying to spring Devin Sandoval, and they do. Sandoval's got to work out of the corner. And it looks like it was last touched by Devin. So it'll be a Lou City throw. And speaking of social media, you stay up to date with all the best from social media around the USL by watching Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the USL's social media channels. So you can keep an eye on cool pictures, cool videos, all the up-to-date stuff that's going on in the USL, regardless of division. Kelsey will have it for you. Just keep an eye out for it at the end of the week. Lou City here halfway through minute 86. Straight across. And Davis will reset and resettle. All the way over to the far. Opportunity now in the middle of the field. Chip, availability. There's a shot there if he can find a window. Miles Robinson gets his body in the way of Cameron Lancaster. And so it ends up with Christensen, and the Stripes have to deal out of trouble, and they really don't, as Lou City ends up with possession all over again, but Miles Robinson will clear in minute 87.
That opportunity for Louisville is created by a great turn by Illich at midfield. Left Chris Goslin trying to find him. Started the break for Lou City.
Gallagher upended. Sandoval wins the joust, picked up in the corner. See what the Stripes can do with it. They'll retreat. Hernandez. Sent in by Nick Law. Bodies in a heap at the top of the box. One of them is Jackson Conway, and they're going to call Conway for the foul.
Conway had the positioning, battling with Paco Craig. Those two have been at it since Conway came into the match. Like Craig was trying to find a way through Conway, and Conway sticking the right leg out took Craig down.
With this match well in hand, how well do you know the USL before the matches start? Test your knowledge in USLsoccer.com's weekly picks competition every week against experts from across the USL. Big launch deflection. Christensen had to chase it. It was deflected last. It's going to be a corner to the far for Lou City. Last touched by the Stripes on the way the ball when it was on its way in.
Awkward one. Christensen struggling to read it. Flailing at it as he goes across. No one on the back post for Louisville to touch that home.
Let's take a look, and you see the deflection there, the change in direction of the ball off of Sean Nicklaw last. So let's see what Lou City can do here with this corner as we head toward minute 89. Sent in sharply. Illich had an idea, trying to head it on toward Christensen.
Miles Robinson with the header away.
And they'll try it again. So let's see if there's loft on this one or if it's more of a straight line again. Straight line, headed in. Gallagher clears. Idea for Metcalf to go in. He goes in hard. Instant card for the captain.
Metcalf made a decision to go in strong for that as he was running out of the 18. He was not going to pull out of that challenge. About a step late, commits the foul.
Looks like they're going to add 4 minutes, but here's another look on the yellow.
You could see Metcalf lining this one up, not intending to hurt the player. He's going in for the ball. He makes the decision to go in all out. Just a step late.
One-man guard with Chris Goslin. Ball sent in. Christensen has to punch it clear off of the bar. Up in the air over. Another opportunity for Louisville. Big shot blocked again over the bar. Two big chances for Louisville. Paul Christensen talking to his fellow Stripes about the two chances, none of them for a Lou City goal.
First one comes in, and Christensen has to stay on his line because he doesn't know if anyone's going to get a touch in front of him. He gets down low, gets a touch, then the shot follow up off the crossbar. Then A.J. Cochran with a big block at the end of it.
Craig first, Superman punch to clear. Cameron Lancaster was highly upset about the ball not going into the net. So minimum of 4, that is official now. Ball sent in. Excellent job of shielding by Hernandez, who looks to clear with the left, and he does, trying to spring Sandoval.
Headed away by Carranza.
So let's see what Hernandez will do. Little help. Sandoval is there, but he'll go backwards. Ball will go all the way back to Christensen, and they'll try it again.
That last shot in that last sequence is going at A.J. Cochran. I'm thinking it's own goal hat trick time. It's been one of those kind of nights.
Yep.
But Cochran able to direct it away for the corner.
And I've known of own goal opportunities happening where you've had 2 OGs in a game. I've seen it. Can't remember when, but it's been a while. I have never seen an OG Hattie.
AJ was close. He's able to escape it.
Ball sent in looking for Sandoval. Lost the joust that time, but good recovery by Nicklaw, but it ends up in Lou City with Carranza.
Carranza takes it off of Nicklaw's boot.
Trying to spring. Flag is up. Quick update from Charleston. Toronto FC 2 still holding the 2-1 advantage. Charlotte now ahead of Pittsburgh 2-1 as well. So if those results hold, Lou City really gets to expand their gap from the 2, the 3, and the 4, being the 2 in the Eastern Conference. And Pittsburgh's got Cincinnati next Saturday. How much will FCC be invested in that one as they sprint to the finish?
And Louisville has Toronto next Friday. Big opportunity for Lou City.
Davis, Spinaroonie to get out of trouble. Once again, reminder, the next opportunity to catch the run in for the Stripes will be with Jason and myself here at Coolray Field midweek against Tampa. Rowdies come to town, 7 p.m. Access us on your favorite device here on ESPN Plus. USL Soccer here. It's been great to be here at the Proving Ground all season long. Del Piccolo saves that from a diving Sandoval. Swahi all the way over to the far. Gallagher on guard. Miles Robinson tries to get a cleat in the way, and it ends up with Christensen. He'll send it back in quickly. Sandoval and Swahi right there, center circle. Metcalf finds Sandoval. A lot of grappling from behind, tries to advance it, but sent out for a Stripes throw deep in their offensive third. Getting close to the end of that 4 minutes that were added. Miss Sandoval over the top. Cochran calls for the fair catch, comes down with it. And going off of the dasher boards. Stripes throw with Gallagher.
Having flashbacks to Friday Night Lights?
Occasionally. Whistle there.
Free kick might be the last opportunity for ATL UTD2.
Eric Tattersall asking for a little time to set things up so folks can back up. Captain sends it in with the right, looking over to the near post. 2-on-1 joust. Second ball won by Louisville. Creature Comforts corner kick.
That's it.
And that'll do. Corner kick will not happen. And it was 2 goals in a very short period of time in the first half that made it 3-0 at the interval. Very chippy second 45 minutes. Both teams add a goal on the board. 4-1 final. Lou City gets full points. They stay second and get some space.
Better second half for ATL UTD2. Scott Donnelly will be able to take some positives out of the second half. Oliver Shannon, we talked about him throwing his body into tackles, trying to get a spark out of this team. Romario Williams gets a goal that he badly needed. Haven't seen that from him in a little while. There's some positives to take into Wednesday against Tampa.
Obviously, you take the first 70 minutes and then you look at the second 20 minutes and you look from there and you get toward midweek with Tampa Bay coming to town. Quickly before we go any further, Pittsburgh gets a goal at the death. They draw Charlotte 2-2. Right now, still going. Charleston still trailing Toronto FC 2 by the score of 2-1. So a big result. Obviously, Louisville gets a little space. Pittsburgh tries to keep a little bit of pace. Charleston in trouble and closer to the 3 and the 4. So the 3 and the 4 could turn into an adventure by midweek and next weekend.
Massive goal for Pittsburgh.
No doubt about it. So when you look at that, what we'll do is we will go to break. We will come back one more time and we'll let you put a bow on this particular game. Highlights, stats, all the stuff. 4-1 final. Lou City gets the full points. Big result for them to stay second in the Eastern Conference. USL Soccer on ESPN Plus from Coolray Field, just around the corner. Stick and stay. We'll put a bow on it for you.
There are never enough hours in the day, so you can't let sniffles, strep, or aches and pains slow you down. But finding great healthcare that fits your schedule can be tricky. With Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, you can get great same-day care right around the corner. There are 27 locations and counting, all with extended hours and most open 7 days a week. You can book an appointment online to get in, out, and on your way. Visit piedmont.org/quickcare now to learn more. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens, one stop to better.
Los accidentes suceden sin avisar y conseguir el tratamiento médico que usted o un familiar merece puede resultar difícil si no cuenta con la ayuda de un buen abogado. Por eso nos dedicamos a pelear por sus derechos, asegurándonos que usted no solo reciba la compensación que merece, sino que también reciba la mejor atención médica. Le atendemos en español. 404-888-8888. Bader Law Firm, comprometidos con usted y su familia.
I knew your name before you did. I knew your fears, your hopes. I knew what you could accomplish, how great you could be. And I knew just where to take you when you got hurt.
You'll be back out there in no time.
For physical therapists and certified athletic trainers who only work with young athletes, there's Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. Moms know.
Welcome back to Coolray Field. Time to put a bow on this one. Jason, Stripes lose to Louisville City by the final of 4-1. Let's get into the highlights to how we got to this particular result. And first off is the OG to start things off. A lot of activity from the beginning.
Cameron Lancaster tries to claim it. It takes a deflection off of the shoulder of A.J. Cochran, and Louisville City opens the scoring in the first half.
And it was the beginning of a long night as we see it again. And then you go into the next one where it's Smith on the board on a historic night for him.
Kyle Smith cutting across, left-footed rip from about 20 yards. No one closing him down. We take another look. Kyle Smith, the right back, gets forward with the goal.
And then George Davis, the fourth, with a goal to make it 3.
George Davis on his 200th regular season appearance in USL. That's a modern-day record. Great cross from Brian Ownby, his 8th start of the season. Back post to Davis, clean header, beats Christensen, and it's 3-0 at that point.
And then the OG happened again.
A.J. Cochran, it just was not his night in front of goal. This one, Lancaster heads it down. Jose Hernandez blocks it at the post, but it comes off of Cochran. I think this time it catches his jaw and beats Christensen. No chance for Cochran to avoid it.
Yeah, and once again, you sit there and you take a peek at it. It's Hernandez, and you think it's going back out. It bounces one more time, goes off of Cochran, goes in, and then the one for the Stripes tonight to finish it off.
Romario Williams with the chance, 1v1 in space. Great move to the left, little slalom move, creates some space, and then cuts it back across Dobrolowski. Beats him to the far side netting. Romario Williams needed a goal. He gets one. 4-1. Better second half. 1-1 in the second half. Some positive Scott Donnelly will take out of it.
You look at the final numbers. Is there anything that might stick out to you when it looks to final stats one way or the other?
Really, this second half wasn't about stats. It was more about the emotion of it, and that's where I think Donnelly will be most pleased. He saw a guy like Oliver Shannon throwing his body into tackles. That became a little contagious. Louisville City, very physical. They tried to boss the game, and Atlanta stood up to them a little bit in the second half. It's a better performance for them in the second, but Donnelly heading into Wednesday against the Rowdies has to prepare for a quicker start. Can't give up that first goal.
And you mentioned coming up midweek, 7 o'clock here at Coolray. It is ATL UTD2 hosting the Rowdies, and the Rowdies got to watch this weekend to figure out everything else going on around them as they get ready for the road trip.
The Rowdies are still in playoff contention. They have 3 matches left right now, 4 points out of the final spot in the Eastern Conference. They need to come here and get a full 3 points. Atlanta has the opportunity to play spoiler.
And you look at guys like Gorski, Schaefer, Taylor putting the ball in the back of the net. Final result from MUSC Health. The Young Reds get full result, 2-1 over the Charleston Battery. Big result for everyone surrounding the Battery. Pittsburgh rescuing their point with a 2-2 draw. The full points here for Louisville with their win over ATL UTD2. Once again, thanks to everybody who made this one the night that it was across the board. Thanks to everybody back down south. Thanks to Ryan Rose in charge of the 1s and 2s back at the main office. We will be back here midweek. So for Jason Longshore, I am John Nelson. Final from the Proving Ground. Lou City 4, ATL UTD 1. We will see you back here midweek. Play it safe, everybody. Enjoy the games.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.